Hello everyone, this is AD Pharmacy Pharmaceutics 1 class, subject code 1.1T, Unit 5. Today we are going to discuss the factors affecting thermal destruction of microorganisms. There are many factors that can affect the thermal destruction of microorganisms. Among them, the first factor we are going to discuss is pH. A major part of microorganisms are resistant to heat at a pH of 6 to 8. So, the acidic or alkaline solutions are an easier way for sterilization. There are certain substances like alkali salts which acts as a buffer for acidic or alkaline pH may be used for maintaining the stability. Such conditions helps in the sterilization of injection. The next point we are going to discuss is protective substances. In media which contains high concentration of organic substances like proteins, carbohydrates, the microorganisms are difficult to kill in those medium. The reason are not exactly known, but it is believed that the protein forms a protective coat on their cells. Most of the injections containing proteins are thermolabile in nature, therefore, they cannot be sterilized by heat. Hence, they do not create much problem, but this effect is found in injections containing thermostable carbohydrate such as dextrose, which is used in higher concentration. But it has been observed that any increase in resistance of organism is overcome by normal sterilizing conditions. This is an important problem in the sterilization of glasswares and equipments like tubes, syringes, containers, etc. And if they are not thoroughly cleaned after use for proteins like blood or other blood related products and carbohydrates like dextrose, because some of the microorganisms maybe remain hidden inside the equipment and protected from steam. Therefore, it is desirable that the glasswares and the equipment should be thoroughly cleaned before sterilization. The next one is antibacterial agents. The addition of antibacterial agent in injections can reduce the sterilization temperature from 115 degree to 100 degree centigrade. It is very useful for the sterilization of thermolabile substances. The method of sterilization is commonly called it as sterilization by heating with bactericide. The next factor is inhibitory medicaments. There are certain medicaments which, when converted into solution, are harmful to microorganisms. This is generally due to pH in certain cases, or maybe due to the toxic effect of the medicaments itself. Although some of the non-sporing microorganisms, for example, Staphylococcus aureus, are killed within 24 hours at room temperature by a number of medicaments in their usual strength, but their spores are not killed unless they are heated to the sterilizing temperature for a certain period of time. Therefore, there are only very few injections which can be safely regarded as self-sterilizing. The next point is inactivation factor of the process. The inactivation factor means the degree to which the viable population of organism is reduced, and it is obtained by dividing the initial viable count of the by the final viable count. The inactivation factor is 10 T by D. It is denoted by a formula where the T is the exposure time in minutes, and D is the decimal reduction time for the same temperature and conditions. The next is initial number of organisms. When a certain number of organisms are heated at a lethal temperature, the organisms are not killed at once, but they are killed gradually as the exposure is prolonged. If certain fraction of initial number is destroyed in a particular time interval, then the same fraction will be destroyed in the succeeding interval time and will continue till all the organisms are killed and the preparation is called as completely sterilized. If the initial number of organisms is less, then the time required for the sterilization will be eventually less. Therefore, while preparing the solutions, precautions should be taken to eliminate the entry of microorganisms as far as possible, and thoroughly cleaned containers and equipments should be used. So that's all for today. In my next class, I will be discussing the methods of sterilization. Thank you.